Why is the character called that?
Well, actually, my full name is 7 of 9 tertiary adjunct of Unimatrix 01.
Wow.
Jeri Ryan's rise to fame is a story filled with unexpected twists, behind-the-scenes drama, and a role that changed everything. From a globe-trotting childhood to becoming the unforgettable 7 of 9 on Star Trek Voyager, her journey wasn't just about fame. It was about survival in a world that often demanded more than she could give. But there's more to Jeri Ryan than meets the eye. In this video, we uncover the untold truth behind the woman who brought one of sci-fi's most iconic characters to life and the secrets you never knew. But before we get into these revelations, we need to first look at the events that shaped Jeri Ryan's extraordinary career. Early life. Jeri Lynn Ryan's life began on February 22, 1968 in Munich, West Germany, the daughter of American parents Gerard and Sharon Ryan. As the child of a U.S. Army officer, her early years were defined by constant movement. From Germany to Maryland, and even a tropical stint in Hawaii, the Ryan family crisscrossed the globe, following the demands of her father's military career. Each new location brought unfamiliar faces and foreign customs, making it difficult for young Jeri to plant deep roots. Yet, from this constant upheaval came something invaluable: adaptability. From an early age, Jeri learned how to be self-reliant. She became adept at navigating the unfamiliar, finding ways to fit in while remaining true to herself. These experiences may have made her feel isolated at times, but they also cultivated a quiet resilience. While some children might have crumbled under the pressure of constant reinvention, Jeri thrived, honing an ability to find stability within herself, a skill that would later serve her well in the unpredictable world of acting. At 11 years old, her life took another sharp turn when her family finally settled in Paducah, Kentucky, a small town worlds apart from the whirlwind lifestyle she had known. Paducah presented its own challenges. The kids at school were more into sports and cheerleading, while Jeri gravitated towards something entirely different. In this small-town setting, she initially felt out of place, her transient upbringing making it hard to relate to peers who had lived there their whole lives. But instead of retreating into her shell, she found an outlet that allowed her to shine: drama. Jeri soon discovered a passion for the performing arts, immersing herself in school plays and musicals. Acting became a refuge, a way for her to channel her emotions and express the unique perspective she had gained from a life of constant change. The stage was where she felt most at home, where she could shed the insecurities of her teenage years and let her talents blossom. Yet high school wasn't always kind. Jeri's love of the arts made her a target for teasing, bullies who couldn't see past their narrow worldviews to recognize the star in their midst. They labeled her a nerd, but in time, she would have the last laugh. Upon graduating, Jeri set her sights on Northwestern University in Chicago, renowned for its theater program. There, she sharpened her craft, performing in numerous plays and musicals that allowed her to explore the full range of her abilities. Her talent did not go unnoticed. Fellow students and professors alike could see the fire in her, the raw potential that set her apart. They knew she was destined for something far greater than what the confines of academia could offer. However, Jeri was not one to follow conventional paths. Near the end of her senior year, with just one class left to earn her degree, she made the bold decision to walk away. Hollywood was calling, and she couldn't wait any longer. Some thought she was making a mistake, sacrificing the security of a college diploma for a risky shot at stardom. But Jeri had never been one to shy away from risk. Her entire life had been about embracing the unknown. With her mind made up, she packed her bags and set off for Los Angeles, ready to take on the world. Journey to 7 of 9. Jeri arrived in Hollywood in 1990 with the same dreams shared by countless aspiring actors before her. The path ahead was uncertain, but she was determined to make it, even as she juggled odd jobs in commercials to pay the bills. For 3 long years, she pounded the pavement, going from one audition to the next, hoping for her big break that always seemed just out of reach. As time passed, doubt began to creep in. There were moments when Jeri questioned if this was her true calling. Maybe she was meant for something else, law school perhaps? But each time she considered walking away, something inside her refused to give up. It wasn't in her nature to quit. She decided to give it one more shot, to hold on just a little longer. In 1993, everything changed. She landed a small but crucial role in the pilot episode of Reasonable Doubts, acting alongside the Oscar-winning Marlee Matlin. It wasn't the lead, but it was a moment, one that put her on the radar of casting directors. Hollywood began to take notice. Small but steady roles started to trickle in. She made appearances on hit shows like Melrose Place and Murder One, and starred in a few made-for-TV movies. But it wasn't until 1997 that Jeri's life would transform in ways she never expected. That year, she was cast as Seven of Nine, a new Starfleet recruit, on the 4th season of Star Trek, Voyager. The role was a turning point, both for Jeri and for the series. As Seven of Nine, a former Borg drone, Jeri captivated audiences with her portrayal of a cold, conflicted character who slowly rediscovered her humanity. It was a deeply layered performance that went beyond the character's striking silver catsuit, though the costume certainly didn't hurt in grabbing viewers' attention. Almost overnight, Jeri became a household name. Her face graced the covers of magazines like Entertainment Weekly, and her portrayal of Seven of Nine became iconic. For Jeri, playing Seven wasn't just about the fame, it was about the artistic challenge. She dove deep into the character, working closely with the show's writers and directors to add subtle emotional depth. Initially, Seven was envisioned as a near-emotionless, purely logical figure, but Jeri saw more potential. She wanted Seven to be complex and relatable, a character that viewers could connect with on an emotional level. Slowly but surely, the audience saw Seven's inner struggles and vulnerabilities as she learned to express her humanity. As Seven evolved, so did her outward appearance. Jeri worked with the creative team to subtly transform her character's look, reflecting Seven's emotional growth through changes in her hair, makeup, and wardrobe. By the series finale, Seven had gone from an icy drone to a woman discovering her identity. It was a journey that felt deeply personal for Jeri, and through her performance, she made it feel personal for the audience as well. Fans weren't just watching a science fiction character, they were witnessing a transformation, a reclamation of humanity, and Jeri's performance was the key. Seven of Nine became one of the most beloved characters in the Star Trek universe, thanks in no small part to Jeri's careful and thoughtful approach to the role. She brought a rare level of depth to a character that could have easily been one-dimensional. The arc of Seven's development from cold drone to someone who embraced her humanity was a masterclass in character evolution, one that fans still celebrate today. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Behind the scenes, playing Seven of Nine was physically and mentally grueling. The skin-tight catsuit required Jeri to follow a strict fitness regime, working out tirelessly with personal trainers to maintain the hourglass figure that became synonymous with her character. The early call times, long days on set, and pressure to stay in peak physical shape weighed heavily on her. As much as she loved acting, the demands were relentless, and it started to take a toll. In time, Jeri began to advocate for herself. She negotiated for more comfortable costumes in later seasons and spoke openly about the unrealistic expectations placed on women in Hollywood. She was becoming more than an actress. She was becoming a voice for healthier body standards and for setting boundaries in an industry that often asked too much. Through this personal growth, Jeri found balance, learning to prioritize her well-being alongside her career. By the time Voyager wrapped in 2001, Jeri Ryan had evolved just as much as her character. She had gone from a struggling actress to a full-fledged TV star, not just because of her iconic role, but because of her perseverance, resilience, and unwavering determination to stay true to herself. Thanks to the unforgettable Seven of Nine, Jeri's name was forever etched into the annals of Star Trek history and into the hearts of fans around the world. The untold truth of Jeri Ryan as Seven of Nine. Have you ever noticed how some of the greatest heroes start their journeys in darkness, only to find redemption later? Think of characters like Severus Snape or Darth Vader. In the world of science fiction, few embody this transformation as powerfully as Seven of Nine from Star Trek Voyager. Once a member of the Borg, a terrifying race of cybernetic beings intent on assimilating others into their collective, Seven of Nine's past couldn't have been further from the heroic image. Yet, she evolved into one of the most beloved characters in the Star Trek universe. Her story is compelling not just because she was once a villain, but because despite joining the series later than most of the main cast, she quickly became an integral part of the crew and a fan favorite. Let's go back to when Seven of Nine was introduced. It was the 4th season of Voyager, a time when many shows wouldn't dare introduce a new character. By this point, audiences were already invested in the existing crew. They knew the captain's quirks, the engineer's temperament, and the first officer's principles. Bringing in a new character so deep into the series could have been risky. Late arrivals often struggle to find their place, and viewers might resist accepting them. However, Seven of Nine was different. She didn't just blend in, she stood out. One of the reasons Seven of Nine became so popular was her striking appearance, which grabbed people's attention. But beyond that, what truly captivated fans was her deeply human struggle. As a former member of the Borg collective, an emotionless and rigid hive mind, she had to rediscover her humanity. Her journey of self-discovery resonated with viewers on a personal level. Seven was strong and tough, yet she was also vulnerable. She became a mirror for the struggles we all face when trying to figure out who we really are. Despite the connection fans quickly felt with her, Seven's rise to popularity didn't come without challenges. Behind the scenes, some members of the production team were unsure if adding her to the show was the right move. Would a former Borg really fit with the dynamic they had spent years building? Could the audience accept her as part of the crew? As history would show, they needn't have worried. Not only did Seven become an integral part of Voyager, but she went on to become one of the most iconic figures in the Star Trek franchise. She symbolizes how someone or something, once seen as beyond redemption, can find a path to the light. But that wasn't the end of her story. After Voyager concluded, Seven of Nine returned to the Star Trek universe years later, proving that her legacy continues. Fans, both new and old, eagerly followed her journey as she evolved in this new chapter of the franchise. The origins of Seven of Nine are as fascinating as her story arc. Her character came to life after Brannon Braga, one of Voyager's key producers, was struck by an idea while working on the episode Unity. In this episode, the crew of Voyager encounters a group of former Borg drones who are struggling to rebuild their lives after being disconnected from the collective. The story sparked a question in Braga's mind. What if a Borg joined the crew? In Unity, Chakotay, one of Voyager's key officers, encounters a planet where ex-Borg, no longer controlled by the hive mind, are trying to form a new society. The chaos and power struggles among these ex-Borgs lay the groundwork for Seven's later integration into Voyager and give Chakotay insight into what it means to be Borg. This experience would prove crucial when Seven finally joined the crew. When Seven of Nine first steps onto Voyager, her purpose isn't to make friends. The crew, desperate to find a way home, must pass through Borg-controlled space. However, the Borg face their own existential threat from a powerful species known as Species 8472. Captain Janeway, always the strategist, proposes an alliance with the Borg. In exchange for safe passage through their territory, she will help them develop a weapon to defeat Species 8472. Seven is sent by the Borg as their liaison. But of course, nothing is ever that simple. After Species 8472 is neutralized, Seven reveals the Borg's true intention to assimilate Voyager's crew. However, Captain Janeway has anticipated this betrayal. Using a device that taps into Chakotay's past experience with the Borg, the crew severs Seven's connection to the collective. Now stranded on Voyager, she must adapt to life as an individual. setting the stage for her painful yet transformative journey of rediscovering her humanity. When Seven of Nine first appeared on Star Trek Voyager, her immediate impact was undeniable. Clad in a skin-tight catsuit with striking features, fans quickly nicknamed her the Barbie of Borg. It wasn't hard to see why. She was clearly designed to grab attention. Brannon Braga, one of Voyager's creators, had wanted to introduce a Borg crew member, but Rick Berman, a leading figure in the Star Trek franchise, had a more specific idea in mind. According to reports, Berman envisioned Seven as a Borg babe, a character designed to be visually arresting. Jeri Ryan, the actress who played Seven, was well aware of how much her appearance influenced the way fans initially saw her. In interviews, she's been open about it, acknowledging that while her looks drew people in, it was Seven's character development that kept them watching. Seven is a complex and well-written character, Ryan said, noting that her appeal extended far beyond her physical appearance. Over the course of Voyager, Seven's journey from a Borg drone struggling to regain her humanity became one of the most compelling storylines in the show. Seven's arc on Voyager was rich with emotion and complexity. Her relationships with the rest of the crew, particularly Captain Janeway, helped shape her journey. These storylines showcased her depth and reinforced the idea that she was far more than just a pretty face. Fans might have been captivated by her looks at first, but they stayed for her nuanced evolution from machine to a woman rediscovering her emotions. Even after Voyager ended, Seven's story didn't. She made a celebrated return in Star Trek, Picard, marking her as one of the few characters from Voyager to appear in this new series. Her presence in Picard served as a reminder of how impactful her character had been, not only in the world of Star Trek but also in the hearts of its fans. However, Seven's story could have ended much earlier, and in a much darker way. Brannon Braga had originally envisioned a tragic fate for her. In his original plan, Seven would have sacrificed herself for the crew, dying in a dramatic and heartbreaking fashion. This idea came to life in the episode Human Error, where Seven imagines a romantic relationship with Chakotay. The Doctor, however, discovers a Borg implant that would kill her if she became too human, symbolizing that she could never fully escape her Borg identity. Braga wanted her death to send a powerful message about her struggle, but the rest of the team ultimately decided against it. Instead, Seven continued her journey, always grappling with her Borg side while longing to embrace her humanity. Behind the scenes, the dynamics were just as intense as those on screen. While Captain Janeway and Seven of Nine formed a bond in the show that resembled a mother-daughter relationship, things were reportedly much frostier between the actresses. It's now well known that Jeri Ryan and Kate Mulgrew, who played Janeway, didn't always get along during filming. In a 2014 interview, Mulgrew admitted that she felt somewhat jealous of Ryan's presence. As the first female captain in Star Trek history, Mulgrew had felt a certain pride in her role. When Seven joined the crew, with her statuesque beauty and sleek outfit, Mulgrew worried that the focus might shift away from her. "Jeri is very beautiful and sexy," Mulgrew said, recalling her concern about the direction the show might take. Ryan has also alluded to these tensions. In a 2013 interview, she spoke of a cast member who made things difficult, though she didn't mention Mulgrew by name. She recalled moments when this co-star wouldn't look at her during scenes and even tried to prevent the makeup and wardrobe team from helping her. Despite the uncomfortable environment, Ryan pushed through, and the result was a character that has become iconic in the Star Trek universe. One of Ryan's favorite episodes is Someone to Watch Over Me, where Seven begins to explore the world of dating and romance with the help of the Doctor. The episode balances humor and heartfelt moments, as the Doctor teaches Seven about dating, from conversation tips to dancing. A memorable scene unfolds when the Doctor sings a duet with her, leading to one of the series' most touching moments. The episode ends on a bittersweet note when Seven expresses interest in someone else, leaving the Doctor heartbroken and silently nursing his unspoken feelings for her. When Seven of Nine joined the crew of Star Trek Voyager, She quickly became a fan favorite, but her arrival didn't sit well with everyone behind the scenes. Robert Beltran, who played Chakotay, was particularly vocal about his dissatisfaction. For him, Seven's presence shifted the show's focus in a way that sidelined other characters like Tuvok, Harry Kim, Neelix, and even Chakotay himself. Beltran believed that the writers, drawn to Seven's dual identity as part human and part Borg, began centering the show around her journey, leaving less room for other storylines. Jeri Ryan wasn't the only one to notice this change. Many fans also felt that after Seven's introduction, the narrative balance shifted toward her at the expense of other characters. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment, and turn on post notifications to stay updated with our latest content.